This shit more than a game.
Perfect.
Welcome. Finally, y'all. See my watch. Finally, we have made it. Finally, the draft is officially underway. I don't know about y'all. Every year it feels like the wait from the Super Bowl to the draft gets longer and longer and longer. But finally, we are here. Now, I don't know how the algorithm is going to work. There's a lot of people going live tonight for the NFL draft. But, maybe the algorithm might push a few people who have not been subscribed or even know who John Bones is tonight to come and see what John Bones' reaction is to the NFL draft, particularly the New Orleans Saints draft. Because if you know that. You ain't got to be a Saints fan to enjoy this, sure. But, like Tom Grassi greatly says, it sure does help. And it definitely helps because the Saints have had a lot of buzz the past 24 hours about what they possibly might do at number 8, including a lot of smoke behind the idea that the Saints might actually move up so much as to number 3 in the draft. Well, what would moving up to number 3 cost the Saints? Would it cost a 2027 first-round pick? Would it cost a 2026 second-round pick? There's a lot of drama. Maybe it's something, maybe it's nothing. You never know. I'm sure Mickey Loomis always does his due diligence and makes calls. Hence why the reporters get a hold of him making calls and says, hey, watch out for the Saints. They might trade up. But it's definitely caused a lot of buzz, as usual, in Who Dat Nation, of fans debating and arguing, should we trade up? And if we do trade up, who would we want to trade up for? Would it be for edge rusher Arvell Reach? Would it be for running back Jeremiah Love? Who is good for the Saints to say, we are not comfortable sitting at number 8. We want to move up to the number 3 slot. It's not just the New Orleans Saints, though. We have a lot of drama tonight. What are the Jets going to do? What are the Arizona Cardinals going to do? They kind of hold that golden ticket right now at number 3 for a lot of these teams who might want to come up to talk to about moving up with. What are the Chiefs going to do? I know one thing we know what the Falcons aren't going to do, and that's not a goddamn thing because they traded their first-round pick last year for a guy who should be suspended this season, even though the news broke today that he is going to surprise, get away scot-free from his criminal misdemeanors that he did to his poor ex-girlfriend, but that's for another show. But it's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a reaction-filled night. I will say this, how I do my draft reactions, y'all, is I'm going to have the chat open, so I'm going to put the chat open right here, and I see some familiar faces. Hopefully we see some new faces tonight. I know you guys want to come and just react in real time to the Saints draft selection. Now, usually what I'm going to do is probably when a time for a team to make a pick, I'll turn the chat off because I want anybody who's listening right now to know I do not want to be spoiled. I know you go on Twitter, Schefter or Rappaport, maybe some local reporters tend to announce the picks before it gets to the TV. As I'm doing live reaction, want genuine live reaction. So I don't want to see nobody. I hope I'm asking you guys very nicely. Like if you get word that, oh, I hear the Saints are trading, Underhill or somebody reports this is who the Saints are trading, don't put it in the chat. Now, to be safe, I'm going to turn off the chat anyway. Y'all can still chat, but I'm not going to have it visible on my screen so I don't see it. But I do not want to be spoiled. I want to watch in real time and see what happens. I don't want to get a tweet or a notification that the Saints are picking until I see Roger Goodell get his ass up on the stage and say with the 8 pick, with the number 3 pick, we'll see who the New Orleans Saints are selecting, okay? So I don't mind if you guys like getting spoiled and going on Twitter and seeing the results, seeing who's going to get picked before it happens, but on this show, all I ask that you guys do not spoil it in the chat until you at least see my reaction. Then that means at that point that it was on TV and that we can react live together. But it's going to be a fun night. I am excited. I personally think the Saints are going to stay at number 8. I think this is all smoke screen. I think Mickey does his due diligence. I think he did call the Cardinals and say, what would it cost to move up to number 3? But because it is Mickey Loomis, and this is our New Orleans Saints, y'all. There is a world where I can see the Saints moving up and saying, hey, we really like Arvell Reese. We really like Jeremiah Love. And we're going to move up for him, which I would not agree with. I love Arvell Reese and Jeremiah Love as prospects. I'm just not a fan of trading away what I believe would probably cost us a 2027 first-round pick to move up to number 3 to take a player. I know that we are all optimistic as Saints fans. We're all very excited about Tyler Shough era and what he might do, and the fact that we might even possibly be legitimate contenders to win the South this year. But there is still a world where we are rebuilding and that we do not have as great of a year as we all anticipate or hope for this season. And I would hate to be in a world where we have a bad season or a mediocre season and we do not have a 2027 first round pick. I would hope that they learn from their neighbors on Airline Drive, the New Orleans Pelicans, about the dangers, even when you get a good player that you wind up selecting, of trading a first round pick the next season unprotected. And we all see how that worked out for the New Orleans Pelicans right now. So I'm hopeful. As a fan, I am hopeful that the Saints do not trade up tonight. Now, I'm going to be honest. As a content creator, y'all know obviously I say sometimes I look at it from a fan perspective. Now, unfortunately, because I have the audience I have and what I'm doing, I do look at it from a content creator perspective. From a content creator perspective, if the Saints do trade up, that would be pretty good for me from a content creation standpoint. We will see what will happen. I will also say this. Y'all remember last year. This is the beauty of me not getting spoiled by picks. The Saints took Tyler Shough. We all remember, if you are true to the John Bones Show and not new to the John Bones Show, my reaction. I do not hide from that reaction. I've reposted that reaction many times. I still get fans randomly every now and then trying to use it against me. And I'm like, you can use it against me. I want them to use it against me. I want Tyler Shough to post it one day on his Instagram saying the haters are now believers. And I'll be like, you're goddamn right. My apology will be as loud as my disrespect. But that reaction, as dumb as a reaction as it ended up being from me saying, I can't believe we're taking Tyler Shough, could not have happened if I had got spoiled by the pick. So I, again, ask you guys, do not spoil the picks in the chat, because if you want genuine reaction from me and not me saying, oh, well, okay, I know that, well, we all know Mendoza's going to be the first pick, right? But, oh, I know that the Saints are going to take Arvell Reese with this number 3 pick if they traded up for that. You don't get that, you don't get an exciting genuine reaction from me, because I'm already saying, oh, well, I'll see you right there. So don't spoil the picks. Knock yourselves out if you want to go on Twitter and see the results yourself if Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport is announcing it ahead of time. But do not spoil the picks. The Raiders are officially on the clock. We know who the Raiders are probably going to take, but we're going to not just talk about Saints, y'all. This is not just a Saints show tonight. It's going to be helpful to be a Saints fan, because we guys are going to get into a deep dive for the Saints. We're going to talk about anybody. The Saints have no shortage of prospects to take at number 8. You got Jeremiah Love, Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, Cornell Tate, Jordan Tyson has begun a lot of momentum as a possible number 8 pick for the Saints. Makai Lemon, Ruben Bain, Francis Muaga, Mansour Delane. The possibilities do not end. It is going to be an exciting time tonight to be a Saints fan. I will also say, based on what I just said about my Tyler Shough reaction last year, the Saints, I feel there should be consequences when it comes to fans and their dumbass takes. So my consequence is I'm probably not going to have a crazy rant tonight, unless we do like an egregious trade up, okay? But I will do my best to trust the Saints front office, because Lord knows when I thought I knew more than them last year, them and Tyler Shough made me look like a dumbass. So there's probably nobody that they could pick at number 8 that's going to piss me off. I have basically talked myself into everybody. I talked myself into Arvell Reese if somehow we wind up with him. I talked myself into Caleb Downs, into Cornell Tate, into David Bailey, to Francis Muaga. Yes, I've talked myself into offensive lineman pick again. I talked myself into Jeremiah Love, into Jamar McCoy, into Jordan Tyson or Kendrick Falk, to Peter Wilson, Makai Lemon, Mansour Delane or Ruben Bain, Sonny Styles or Spencer Fanal. I talked myself into Venga Ioane. Shout out to Bruce Saint. I learned how to say his name. I taught myself into every single prospect on the Saints. The Saints cannot hurt me tonight. And hopefully the Saints do not hurt you tonight as well, you guys. Hopefully you guys see be cool behind me. We got the end. Well, first off, I told all the people who send super chats, like I say, look at that, Bruce Saint, because I see him in the chat right now. Justin Cash, I don't know if I've seen him on the chat yet, and Sandra. They left super chats in my live stream 2 weeks ago, so now their names will forever be on my 2026 draft recap. And maybe when the Saints pick, by the time we're picking, those names are going to be flashing based on how the scroll continues to go. So if you want your name on a future episode of the John Bones Show and John Bones content, all you got to do is leave a $5 super chat or higher, and your name can be on this shit more than the scoreboard, the way you just saw some of the previous super chat users' names were. But also, as you guys see, shout out to my wife, this shit more than a wife. I wish Mike Vrabel would have had that mindset when he was with Diana Rossini. You got a live draft tracker. This is one of the cool things that my wife bought to help elevate the show. This is what things like Super Chat's going to, elevating the show so we can get cool things like that y'all may not get on other shows. Now, I do not control this draft tracker. This is by the company that bought it. I'm hopeful. This is my first year with this type of scoreboard, so I'm hopeful that they update this in real time, like when Mendoza gets called in a few minutes. Hopefully, the flashes that Raiders have selected Fernando Mendoza, as you see right there, the New Orleans Saints. If the Saints trade up, hopefully it updates. But this is a cool thing that I think that the scoreboard offers that you guys can kind of just watch in the background while I'm doing my rant and rambling as we follow the results of the NFL draft. Another great thing about the draft tonight is that it used to be 15 minutes for the NFL first round, right? Now it's 10 minutes between each pick, and now it's 8 minutes. So hopefully that makes the draft go a little faster, so we're not, still live at 12 a.m. on the 28th pick. And the Raiders pick is actually officially in. So here's how the show works, guys. I will take off the show. I mean, my remote on mute, as you guys can hear, when it is time for the pick to come, and I'm going to react in real time. Now, again, I know what the first pick is going to be. I think starting for the number 2 pick is when things get interesting, but I know it's probably going to be Mendoza. And so then we can, give our reaction to it. We all know that he's going to be the pick, but that's how I'm going to do it. Like when Roger Goodell brings his on out to the stage and we get that notification that the pick is in, we will listen to it as an audience, and we will, I'm sure some of you guys might be a few seconds ahead of me because I actually have I'll show y'all quickly my setup. I have the draft on, or it depends on how much I can stay. See, I have the draft on, but I also have it on in my living room with a much bigger TV, by the way, so y'all should owe me. Y'all should give me some super chats for the fact that I'm not watching this on my 98-inch TV. I'm watching it on this little small man cave TV, but I know that TV in the living room is like about 5 to 7 seconds ahead of time. So I'm sure you guys are probably going to, some of y'all, it depends on like what service you use or whatnot, we'll hear the pick or know of the pick even in TV time before me. But again, no spoilers. Let's just wait till, I guess, if you're watching this with me, which I am blessed to do, wait for my genuine reaction as Roger Goodell comes on the show. And we all know who probably is going to be the number 1 overall pick. But let us hear from Roger Goodell. And let me know if y'all hear my TV when I have it pretty loud. We are going to hear from Roger Goodell on who the Raiders select with the number 1 overall pick. So, what a surprise. Fernando Mendoza is the first overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft. So, all right, guys, I know you guys aren't just laser focused on the New Orleans Saints for most of my diehard audience. How do y'all feel about Fernando Mendoza going to the Las Vegas Raiders? Do y'all think that he can possibly succeed? Because we all know the Raiders have not been what you would call the standard quality franchise the past decade or so. Do y'all think Fernando Mendoza is going to be able to turn the Raiders around, or do y'all think that he is going into QB graveyard and that in 4 or 5 years that franchise is going to chew him up, spit him out, and he's going to be yet another victim of being a part of a poor franchise and not having a career that fans will hope for him to have? Let me know in the comments, how do you guys feel about Fernando Mendoza being the number 1 overall pick? And do y'all believe that Fernando Mendoza will be a top quarterback in the league 5 years from now? Do y'all think Fernando Mendoza will be a better quarterback in 2031 than Tyler Shook is in 2031? Let me know how y'all feel about Fernando Mendoza as the number 1 pick, as the Jets have 5 minutes on the clock before they make their pick. Now, I am assuming that the Jets are going to take Arvell Reese. I am assuming. But if they don't, now that's when things get interesting for the Saints, because if Arvell Reese is available at the number 3 pick, we all saw yesterday on NFL Network, Daniel Jeremiah in his final mock draft, and he's usually one of the better draft analysts and mock draft prediction people in the industry. He mocked the Saints to trade up to number 3 to take Arvell Reese. So if the Jets do not take Arvell Reese, my prediction is that they're going to take Arvell Reese. But if the Jets do not take Arvell Reese, that's when that number 3 pick does become pretty interesting. My prediction is that the Saints will not trade up, but it will be pretty fun if they did. Brute Saints says, I think Mendoza has a pro-ready mentality, but he has a lot more flaws than you think. Brute Saints, can you go into just a little bit of elaboration? What flaws do Fernando Mendoza has? That's someone like me who's a casual who hasn't really been following him too much because the law knows we know in the position to have drafted him or need him. Is you think it's going to be Fernando Mendoza's shortcomings in the NFL? Mr. Ripley, our favorite Falcons fan, and that is definitely said in sarcasm because we have no favorite Falcons anything. But he says he probably will not be a top quarterback, if I'm being honest. I've seen some shit and shuck that's promising. So he was answering the question on if Mendoza is going to have be a better quarterback than Tyler Shough in a few years. And a Falcons fan, this is a Falcons fan saying, no, he actually thinks that Tyler Shough is going to be a better quarterback some 3-4 years from now. Time will tell, will that. But I think Mendoza is going to be, I don't think he's going to be generational like Pat McAfee. I'm sorry, I'm still in WrestleMania brain mode. Like a Patrick Mahomes, or even like a Lamar Jackson or a Josh Allen. I think that Mendoza might have a Kirk Cousins like career, which is really good. Some people hear Kirk Cousins and they kind of think that that's an insult, but Kirk Cousins, if you kind of take any type of bias out of it, was a pretty good quarterback in the NFL. No, he might not be a Hall of Famer, but he's a quarterback that a lot of teams would. I know one day after Drew Brees retired, we would damn sure signed up for a Kirk Cousins quality quarterback, given the past quarterbacks that we had the past 4 years until Tyler Shough finally came in and blessed us with some adequate quarterback play. But that's kind of like my ceiling for Fernando Mendoza is that Kirk Cousins career, which is really good. I don't think that means that. I'm not saying that to say, oh, he's going to be a bust or anything like that. Now, some people might say, well, if you are the number 1 overall pick, you should be better than a Kirk Cousins. And that is fair. But, it's not like the Raiders can, magically say, we want this quarterback in a college to come out now. You got to go with who is the best of what's available. And so Fernando Mendoza was clear and above, at least pre-draft, the number 1 prospect. Now, I know if people like Dan Orlovsky was like Ty Simpson is actually a better prospect. Time would tell with that. But I think Fernando Mendoza is going to have a good career, and hopefully the Raiders set him up for success. He's already got a stud running back. Okay, he's got Genty. He's already got a stud tight end, more than a tight end, actually. He's got Brock Bowers. There's some pieces already there for Mendoza to be successful. Hopefully the Raiders do not let that kid down. The pick is in for the New York Jets. Again, my prediction is Arvell Reese. It could be David Bailey, though, too. It's one of those two, I feel like. Aaron Glenn, he's definitely going to go defense. So either David Bailey or Arvell Reese. All I know is that the pick is in. If it is David Bailey, then it gets really interesting for the Saints. But the pick is in. The Jets fans are going wild. Okay, I'm going to try the volume then again. I know my TV is not close to my mic. I know Bruce Saint said it was a little jumbled. So hopefully you guys can kind of hear it, but let's see.
Pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select David Bailey.
The New York Jets select David Bailey with the number 2 overall pick. So, guys, congratulations to David Bailey from Texas Tech. Definitely a pass rush supporter that Aaron Glenn is probably licking his chops about having on his defense. Now it gets interesting because Arvell Reese and Jeremiah Love are there at number 3. Now, as I watch my TV screen, I still see 3 Arizona. But going by what some of these reporters were saying, there is a world where the Saints can trade up. So I'm going to see. If you guys see, just don't tell me. Let me follow it from the TV if the news breaks. But I see Arizona Cardinals are on the clock. So we'll see how serious the Saints were about possibly moving up. We'll see if maybe the Saints are called in and the Arizona Cardinals are just asking for too much in return. And McNeil is like, nah, I'm not giving up that much. But there's 5 minutes left on the clock. The Arizona Cardinals are on the clock. And if the Cardinals do not trade with the New Orleans Saints or any team that might want to jump up, I'm going to have to take the comments off of it just because there's a little drama with this one. I do wonder who would the Cardinals take? Do they take a Jeremiah Love? And Jeremiah Love is by far, according to experts, the best player in the whole draft. But there's a team that has so many pieces and is so far away from contention. Take a running back. Like if you take Jeremiah Love in the Cardinals, you still probably are 2 to 3 years away from doing any type of serious contending. And that's 2 or 3 years on the running back's life that we know running backs age like dogs in the NFL that, it's like, okay, well, you just wasted 3 years of Jeremiah Love's prime for a rebuilding team. So would a team like Arizona take a Jeremiah Love, giving their state of the franchise? Or do they say, nah, we're going to go with someone like an Arvell Reese, premier pass rusher who we can play in multiple spots on our defense and can be top. See, ESPN got to change the type of graphic. They just had like a little flash come up. But I'm thinking, oh, a trade happened. But no, it was just what they have called the Schefter alerts about the team that just made a pick. That's kind of a little too confusing for me because I'm like, oh, shit, did it happen? All right, but we got 3:40 left on the clock. and the Cardinals logo is still on. So it seems like I feel like if the Saints would have made the trade, it would have happened by now. Like it would have been already announced. It would have already been there's nothing in the next 3 minutes that the Saints have not had talked to the Arizona Cardinals about already, if you ask me, right? So I feel like that means the Cardinals are going to make this pick. Now, who are they going to pick is the question. I feel like it's between Jeremiah Love and it's between Alvaro Reese. If I were the Cardinals, I would probably go with Alvaro Reese just because, again, the Cardinals, now I know it's the NFL, right? You can go from worst place to first place quickly. The Commanders in 2024 were a horrible team. In 2023 were one of the worst teams in the league. In 2024, they were in the NFC Championship. I get all that, but I just don't think a team like the Cardinals should be taking a running back given how many holes and how many years perceived they have until they are actually a threat in not only the NFC West, but just the NFL in general. But Jeremiah Love is indeed a hard prospect to pass up. So it'll be interesting to see. But if I'm the Cardinals, I'm saying Jeremiah Love, you are a great prospect, but unfortunately, we just got to go with a stud defensive edge, and that is Alvaro Reese out of Ohio State. We have 2 minutes and 25 seconds until the Cardinals make their pick. They seemingly are taking their sweet time because at least the Jets had the pick is in by now. The Cardinals seem to be really, I guess, letting this clock get all the way down to the end and seeing, if any team wants to, get a little anxious, get a little like, I'm gonna effing do it. I'm gonna make the trade and make a trade. But we have now less than 2 minutes left, and the Cardinals logo is still on the screen, which makes me believe Arizona Cardinals are going to make this pick. I am very interested to see what the Cardinals do. I think the draft just got a little bit more interesting now that we are at the number 3 pick in the top 2 consensus picks where David Bailey and Fernando Mendoza are off the board. I hope that David Bailey is a really good player because I think that Aaron Glenn is already on a hot seat. I know this is only his second year, but I don't think the Jets management and the city and state of New York is going to take a type of season that the Jets had last year, 2 years in a row. So hopefully David Bailey is a +2 or +3 win player being added to the team. Because if he is not, then Aaron Glenn, this might be your prized possession now, but you better hope that you actually are able to coach him in 2028 and 2029 and 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, the pick is in. And not only is the pick in, it is the Arizona Cardinals logo still there, which means the Saints did not trade up to the number 3 pick, and the Arizona Cardinals are going to make their pick. Now, I am sure if I go on Twitter right now, the answer to who the Cardinals have selected is already out there, but I want to be genuinely surprised when the pick is announced. So we will see who they go with. My guess, again, is going to be Alvaro Reese, but I do think that it is between Alvaro Reese and Jeremiah Love. Now, ESPN is showing Jeremiah Love right now, and ESPN kind of has a thing because before the Jets pick, it was showing David Bailey. So I'll tell you what, if it is Jeremiah Love, and it might be, I'm sure some of you guys already know in the chat. I'm not looking at my comments right now just in case somebody comes in who didn't watch the beginning and says, oh, it's Love to the Cardinals, and I don't want to be spoiled by that. But if it is Jeremiah Love, I'm probably going to change the channel to NFL Network because I feel like ESPN is a little bit more open with tipping the pick than NFL Network is. I feel like NFL Network kind of lets the drama build up. I think. I mean, I don't know. I remember 2 years ago, Ian Rappaport spoiled the Michael Penix pick by the Falcons. But that was funny to see the Falcons fans' reaction. And they still, to this day, are trying to talk themselves into why that was a small pick. But the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock as the sea of red, as they have the red LED light shining on the Pittsburgh crowd. Roger Goodell is on the stage. Let us see who the Arizona Cardinals selected.
With the 3rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Jeremiah Love.
So ESPN did kind of tip the pick by showing Jeremiah Love about 2 minutes ago. So I gotta go. Actually, I gotta go to NFL Network because I feel like ESPN is kind of spoiling the picks a little bit. Now that is a shock. Not a huge shock, but again, the Arizona Cardinals are not close. We would think, right? We would think that the Arizona Cardinals are not close to contenders. So how do y'all feel about the Arizona Cardinals selecting? Change it to NFL Network real quick. Jeremiah Love with the number 3 overall pick. Jeremiah Love, absolutely. Jeremiah Love absolutely should be the number 3 overall. But Jeremiah Love could have went number 1, and that would have been a good pick, right? Like Jeremiah Love absolutely should be the number 3 overall pick. But to the Cardinals is where it gets a little interesting because I do not think the Cardinals don't even have a quarterback. I mean, they have one, but they don't have one, right? Like the Cardinals are so far away, it seems like, from contention. So how do y'all feel? Do y'all think that was a small move? If the Saints were in the Cardinals position, if the Saints were like, man, they are far, far away from rebuilding, would you want to take a running back with a top 3 pick, even if that running back is generational, right? Like, even if that running back is generational, do you feel like it is worth wasting, I said it with air quotes, a first year or 2 of his prime while your team gets it together to have him, knowing that running backs usually have 6, the great running backs at least, have a 6 to, maybe 10-year window, which is a good run, by the way, actually. We could have a whole discussion about, players' timelines, but, like on a best case scenario, a 6 to 10-year run of being, a great pick. Like Alvin Kamara, I believe, is coming to his 10th year now. He just completed his 10th year. And we all know how Alvin Kamara is being talked about within Saints fans and even within the coaches. Like, we'll see if he's going to be on our team or not, like, because we all have that feeling that, yeah, his best days are behind him. So, do you ask yourself, do you want to take a running back who, by 2036 may not be in his prime no more, may not be as valuable as he is in 2026? Do you want to take him now, knowing that you probably may not be a contender in 2026, 2027, hell, maybe even 2028? How do y'all feel about that? Shout out to my guy Garius, who is watching me live on Twitter right now. He says, I don't want to see Jeremiah Love on the Cardinals, man. Yeah, I mean, I remember before his combine, everybody was saying he's going to fall to the Saints and the Chiefs. Why? Because he's a running back. So, it's like, oh, no, ain't no team taking Jeremiah Love in the top. He's a great prospect, but, no team goes running back that high. But he had such a good day at his combine that I remember when he had his combine, I kind of say, well, there goes that dream, because Jeremiah Love was the first prospect that I was excited about the Saints taking. And like, I thought, oh, Jeremiah Love is going to be our pick because, again, everybody just assumed ain't nobody taking a running back with a top 5 pick. Ain't nobody taking a running back with a top 7 pick. But then the buzz started growing. Hey, man, Jeremiah Love, that guy can be, a generational running back in the league. And then he had his combine. And it was like, oh, well, so much for that dream, because ain't no way this kid is going to fall to number 8. And even then, the past few weeks, there was still kind of like takes and rumors that, maybe some teams might talk themselves out of it because of the things I just said about, are we ready to have a star running back given that we are picking in the top 5, top 7, top 8. So we don't need a running back right now when we have much more pressing needs. But obviously, the Cardinals say, hell with that. He is the best prospect in this draft. We're going to take him now and worry about everything later. Congratulations to Jeremiah Love. I hope that the Cardinals are good enough so that his prime years are not wasted in the next 5 to 7 years. Now, Brute says he thinks that the Titans are going to go offensive line. That would be interesting. I feel like they're definitely going there. I think Sonny Styles is the pick now. I just think that Robert Saleh is definitely going to take a defensive player. I feel like your coaches are like, okay, so let's look at it. Clint Kubiak, Raiders coach, took an offensive player, quarterback, right? Offensive coordinator, head coach now, takes his quarterback. Makes a ton of sense. Number 2 pick, Aaron Glenn, defensive coordinator / head coach now. He takes the defensive player. The Cardinals coach, I should know his name. I'm sorry, I do not. But he's an offensive guy. He takes the offensive player. I just don't see a world where Robert Saleh, a defensive guy, now that Jeremiah Love is off the board, takes offensive player. I think Jeremiah Love would have been the only offensive player that Robert Saleh would have said, I'm going to take him over the position and the position that I play, right? But I don't know. They do want to protect Cam Ward, so we'll see. All right, so I'm watching NFL Network now, and I see Ian Rappaport talking. Now, I'm trying to see which network does not spoil the picks best. ESPN kind of spoils the picks by like showing the player 2 minutes before the team makes a pick. And I'm like, okay, well, y'all showed Jeremiah Love 2 minutes before the Cardinals was on the clock. Made the pick. Y'all showed David Bailey 2 minutes before the Cardinals were on the clock. Now, I got it on mute, so maybe Ian Rappaport is saying right now this is who the Titans are taking, but I got it on mute, so I don't see. But as long as NFL Network doesn't show like the actual player in a green room or at home, wherever the player is, then I'm fine. I can watch the NFL Network version because I don't want to be spoiled. But the pick is in. The Tennessee Titans are about to soon make. My guess is this is going to be Sonny Styles. I just feel like Robert Saleh is going to go with a guy who can be possibly an all-pro type defensive player for the next decade or so for his defense. So I'm going with Sonny Styles. I hope not, because I would love if Sonny Styles fell to number 8. Are you kidding me? But the pick is in. Let's see who the Tennessee Titans select with the number 4 overall pick in the NFL draft. Or maybe not. They're showing the stage, but I thought that meant it was time for the pick, but apparently not. I get it. I get that this is a TV production. All right, here we go. Good Lord. I'm like, come on, huh? Hey, y'all, are the boos for Roger Goodell allowed? Again, I'm doing more talking tonight than listening. So let me know. Are the boos for Roger Goodell allowed this year? Whoa! Wow! First bombshell. Nobody. Well, fine. Bruce Saint, my apologies. Wow. Cornell Tate. Nobody thought Cornell Tate was going top 5. Well, that makes our wide receiver selection interesting if we decide to go with number 8. It's obviously probably going to be Tyson now. Nobody. Wow. Okay, that makes me know that for sure if Jeremiah Love would have fell to the Titans, that would have been a pick for them. I did not have now this is my all right. This is why I like being surprised. This is why I don't like being spoiled. I did not have Cornell Tate. I mean, good for Cornell Tate, man. He was another guy that I was excited about possibly being with the Saints because he was talking how much he wanted to play with Tyler Shutt. Wow. Good job by the Tennessee Titans front office. Good job by the Tennessee Titans front office because nobody. No, and that's I just think. I mean, I read a ton of mock drafts that they all just start flowing together like endless void of words. But I don't recall seeing any mock draft that had Cornell Tate going number 4 to the Tennessee Titans. How do y'all feel about that pick? Like Bruce Saint says, whoa. Now Bruce Saint says they do need a wide receiver to be fun. I think we kind of forget that Canton Wall was a really good quarterback last year, and it feels like the Titans always talked about like the Saints and the Giants are with Dart and Shook as far as like needing to give Canton Wall weapons. But Canton Wall in that Saints game last year, he impressed the hell out of me. Like Canton Wall was making throws that I love. Tyler Shook, in my opinion, had an overall better game. But Canton Wall was making some throws that I was like, nobody makes those throws on that play besides maybe a Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. Like Canton Wall was making a play that you go, hey, you put these 2 quarterbacks in front of you, you remove the uniforms, because I know we got a bias with Tyler Shook now. Who are we going to take? I'm pretty sure 99% of Saints fans would say, give me Canton Wall, the way that he was making some of those throws. So you would think that there would have been more chatter about, hey, the Titans, let's build some weapons around Canton Wall. But they were all centered, if they were talking about that, on Jeremiah Love. Nobody was saying Cornell Tate. I mean, the buzz was about Jordan Tyson this past weekend. Jordan Tyson's going to be the top wide receiver, and he's got all the buzz, and all the experts believe that he's the best wide receiver. The only thing holding him back is his injury history. That is a shock. That is a genuine shock. Cam Ward to Cornell Tate now. Wow. The Know the Child podcast. What up, my guy? He says, Tate to the Titans. That is a shocker. Hell yeah, that's a shocker. Now, the Giants pick, according to Bruce Saint, is already in. Now, they don't show that on NFL Network. Maybe they're showing that on ESPN. But yeah, the Giants rushed to the podium to make their pick. That, to me, makes me think that it's going to be Sonny Styles. Because they have John Harbaugh as their head coach. And again, well, I mean, I just said about, the positional coaches going for their favorite positions, but Robert Saleh just proved me wrong. So maybe the Giants say, nah, we want to give Jackson Dart some help. I'm just there. Sure. Wow. Cornell Tate. Yeah, Know the Child podcast. Caleb Downs is probably my picture. Honestly, the Saints moving up at this point. Actually, Bruce Saint. What about Arvell Reese? I mean, I'm shocked that Cornell Tate went before Arvell Reese. So I feel like John Harbaugh was like, holy shit, wait, Arvell Reese is right there? This is good for the Saints, though. Cornell Tate going early, y'all, I don't think Cornell Tate was going to get drafted by the Saints. So that means a player that the Saints like has a much better shot now at falling to number 8. Well, wait, I see the Chiefs. Did the Chiefs make a trade, y'all? Because I see after the Giants, that's the Chiefs. Let me know in chat, y'all. Unless I'm tripping, I see Kansas City next to New York. I see. Shout out to the people who left super chats. Leave a super chat, y'all, if y'all want your name on This Shit More Than a Scoreboard next week. Okay, so the Chiefs made a trade, right, y'all? Let me know in the comment. I'm trying to avoid Twitter. I see the next 4 picks. The Chiefs are suddenly number 6, so the Chiefs must have made a trade. So who would the Chiefs have traded up for? Okay, now it's getting fun. I see number 6 for the Chiefs. I'm not stupid. I know I'm not the smart. I'm not pretend to be an analyst. NFL Network has the Chiefs going number. Let me check my text right quick. All right, nobody's texting me again. It's not texting me again. All right, here we go. Phil Yates tweeted that the Chiefs. Rodney, can you please tell me what was have they announced the trade details? What did the Chiefs give up to trade to number 6? What did the Chiefs trade up? Let me know in the chat, y'all. I'm relying on y'all. All right, here we go. I got my group chat. Just help me out. The Browns have traded pick number 6 to the Kansas City Chiefs in exchange for pick number 9, pick number 74, and pick number 140. That's a good trade for the Browns. That's a real good trade for the Browns. I mean, they only moved three slots down now, and they get 2 pretty good picks in return, along with the number 9 pick. Good trade for the Browns. Okay, we got to see who the Giants pick first, but who do y'all think? Well, the Chiefs obviously know who the Giants are picking. They wouldn't trade up if they didn't know, if they felt like the Giants are taking the person that they want. Who do y'all think the Chiefs fell in love with so much that they had to move up to number 6 to make a trade? Don't spoil it. I'm sure by now on Twitter somebody has said who the Chiefs are picking. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it, because I'm pretty sure that means also that the Giants pick should be known by now. Hopefully you guys may be watching this with me live and not trying to be spoiled. But let me know if y'all don't know the results yet. I think the Chiefs would trade to move up to get that they love so much. You see, like Ronnie knows. Okay, so Ronnie, don't answer, Ronnie. Don't answer. Don't try to act like you know and you pay. Oh, I'm like, I know everything, John. That's it was a good guess. If you know, don't say anything. If you don't know, let me know. Who do y'all think? Yeah, I saw a lot of buzz. Bruce saying about Ruben Bain, the Chiefs loving. Now the thing I also heard about Bain though was that they were saying Bain was going to have like a free fall. Like there's a chance that they were saying he might fall to the Bucks. So the Chiefs must have had some intel that Bain was not as, his stock was not dropping as low as the reports were making it seem. So Gary said it's a good one. I know the Chiefs have earned everybody's trust, I would hope, as far as being the team that knows how to make draft picks. So I'm sure it is a good draft pick. I'm excited. So this is why though, y'all I don't want to be spoiled, because I want to get my genuine reaction. I'm about to get back-to-back surprise reactions. All right, before we get to the Chiefs, because the Giants still, the ESPN and NFL Network, they got to do they got to get their commercials in, like the WWE on WrestleMania weekend. So, I mean, the Giants have probably made their pick like 8 minutes ago, and they're just waiting for it to be announced because we got to get the commercials in. But if I don't know anything. So, I promise you, if I get it right, don't think that, he went on Twitter. No, I do not. I'm trying to avoid everything. I'm avoiding in my own damn fun family fat group chat. I'm going to predict that the Giants go Orville. Well, I can see a world where if the Giants take Sonny Styles, because Bruce saying got Sonny Styles in my mind now, the Chiefs say, fuck that. We're taking Orville Reese. We cannot believe Orville Reese has fallen this far. So that I'm going to go with that prediction. I'm going to go with Giants take Sonny Styles, Chiefs take Orville Reese. If the Giants do take Orville Reese, then I got the Chiefs taking Ruben Bain. We'll see. They got the stage up, so that means Goodell should be coming out. So all right, here up, and he's coming out with some kids, which like I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but y'all know what that means. We got like another minute and a half of him talking about the sentimental value of why these people are on the stage with him, which is fine. It's fine. I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but it's like, come on, we get to the pick. So that's my prediction is this is going to be Sonny Styles, and then the Chiefs moved up for Ruben Bain. For Orville Reese, but I can see the Chiefs. Oh wait, he went quick. Oh wait, he's doing the thing about. God bless those people on stage right now. Yeah, I gotta go. There's no way the Giants don't take Orville Reese. No, because I feel like the Chiefs will only trade up for. I know Ruben Bain is a popular pick, but I think there's no way the Chiefs would trade up for Ruben Bain. So I'm going with Sonny Styles here. It's got to be Sonny Styles, because I feel like the Chiefs traded up for Orville Reese. All right, Roger Goodell still talking. I'm sure it's a great story. It's just y'all know how fanaticism is. I don't hide from it. Like, can we do this? Let's do this for the Super Bowl. Like, let's do the sentimental stories for the Super Bowl. And he's still going. All right. All right, here we go. The kid is about to make a pick. With the 5th overall pick.
The New York Football Giants select
Orville Reese. Okay, makes sense. Makes plenty sense. Yes, Orville Reese. I'm surprised. Like, there's no way he didn't fall out the top 5, right? So then who with the Sonny Styles, right? It's got to be Sonny Styles. Like, who? This is so fun. That's why I don't like. That's why I'm glad I don't like being spoiled. Like, this is fun. Okay, so Orville Reese. Congratulations to Orville Reese, who is now a member of the New York Giants. He was to some experts, the best overall player in the NFL draft as far as prospects. So all I had to say, y'all, the Saints are not trading up. Thank God. Thank God. There's no way. The Saints do not need to jump in front of Washington. Like the Saints is probably like, okay, we're good at number 8. We're going to stay put. God, I hope it's not Caleb Downs. I hope the Chiefs don't take, because Caleb now, as of who's left, Caleb Downs is my pick. I'm gonna let the Chiefs make their pick, and then I'm gonna ask you guys of the available players after that, who do y'all want at number 8? But if it's not Caleb Downs, I am really, really hoping that the Saints get Caleb Downs. Jordan Tyson, I'm not going, again, I've talked myself into every prospect at this point. But yeah, I haven't even been paying attention. I hope my tracker has been updating with the picks. But as we all know, the first overall pick was Fernando Mendoza to the Oakland Raiders. Las Vegas. Why am I saying Oakland Raiders so much tonight? The number 2 pick to the New York Jets was David Bailey. The number 3 pick to the Arizona Cardinals was Jeremiah Love. And a shocker, now all of my drafts have been completely destroyed. The number 4 overall pick to the Tennessee Titans was Cornell Tate. And the number 5 overall pick to the New York Football Giants is Alvaro Reese. That leaves guys like Caleb Downs. That leaves people like Jordan Tyson, Mansour Delane, and Ruben Bain and Sonny Styles as the best available prospects left in these next few picks. There was absolutely a great chance that the Saints are going to get a really good player at the number 8 pick. Now, the question also is, do the Saints say, you know what? The people who we have left on our draft board, like if Caleb Downs gets chosen soon, we weren't that high on them. We could feel like we could take them in the mid round. So maybe the Saints might trade down. We'll see. All right, look, I'm gonna look at the chat. I hope that nobody spoiled it. I really, really hope nobody spoiled it. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate it. So y'all look, well, from what I've seen so far, nobody's really spoiling the picks. Skywalk says he wanted Tate. A lot of us wanted Tate. I actually had Tate over Jordan Tyson in my rankings. Now Marcus says, please don't let it be Caleb Downs, because as a Saints fan, Eric Berry was one of my favorite players growing up. Chad, what up, Chad? I see you watching. He says, I hope the Chiefs take T-Rex arms, Ruben Bain. Before the draft tonight, me and my wife had a fun conversation where I kind of, because she all she saw on the TV was like T-Rex arms, Ruben Bain, and she was like, what the heck, why are they talking about his arms so much? So I kind of had to give her the 411 on why, his arms have been such a polarizing topic towards fans and draft scouts leading up to the draft. So I think Ruben Bain's still going to be a good player. So we'll see with that. Shout out to Pro P who said, well, Pro P, what draft news do you need? Y'all don't have a first round pick. Shit, you better be hopeful that, the NFL turns a blind eye the way that the police turned a blind eye to y'all first round pick last year, and that he gets to play football this year too, since he avoided jail time. Britt says time for the Swifties pick. Yeah, whoever gets drafted by the Chiefs better get ready that he's going to have, of all the draft picks, the most barrage of new followers tonight, because all the Swifties are going to follow along with the actual just pure football fans of the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm excited to see who the Chiefs do. I hope so too, Pro P, and I'm glad that nobody has. I appreciate my audience so much, for real. I do. And shout out to over 259 people watching across all platforms right now. Before the Chiefs make their pick, I ask y'all to do me one solid favor. You will not regret it. Hey fans, hit the subscribe button in 3 seconds to make this Falcons fan sad. 3, 2, 1. It's easy, y'all. I know I got a much bigger audience than usual tonight, so leave a like. That's the one thing that you should be required to do. Leave a like and help this channel grow tonight with the NFL draft reaction. And if you are so kind, like the Keenan Super Chats, Bruce Saint was last week, like my girl Sandra was on like Justin Casuals last week, because this shit is more than a thanks. Leave a super chat. What does the super chats do? The super chats do things like give you guys a live draft track, a scoreboard in the background while I rant and ramble all night. Ladies and gentlemen, the pick is in. The pick should have been in right after the Giants made their announcement, because the Chiefs knew who they were going to trade up for. But the pick is in. The Chiefs are about to make their pick, and we are going to see. All right, here we go. This is big. This is big for the Saints, because I'm sure this might be somebody that the Saints had on their agenda. So Roger Goodell is walking to the stage, and I am about to listen to who the Chiefs have taken with the number 6 overall pick. Chiefs select. Wow! Mansour Delay, LSU, stand up. Yo, so this is good. Yo, Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs should be a New Orleans Saint. Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs should be a New Orleans Saint. Like, even if Washington takes Caleb Downs, like, there's nowhere. We should not be walking away in the next 20 minutes with a defensive stud on our team. Now, don't get me wrong. Marcel Delaney is a great pick. He was somebody that I was targeting at number 8 myself. But the Chiefs, who traded their top cornerback to the Rams earlier this offseason, say, okay, we'll make up for it and get Marcel Delaney from LSU. Wow. So I don't think anybody had Tate and Marcel Delaney going top 6, though. I really don't. Hold on, that's a funny comment. Malik says the Saints are going to take Francis Muaga. Now, look, the crash out is going to be epic if they take offensive lineman. But I've done enough talking of myself. I'm like, I'll talk myself into it, so I don't crash out myself. We have a super. Ziggy wants to get on that goddamn this shit more than the scoreboard. Ziggy has not been on the show since I've had the scoreboard, actually. But Ziggy wants to get on that scoreboard. And Ziggy says, see you soon, General Bones community. Hashtag we tried telling them. What did you try telling them, Ziggy? Because you damn sure ain't tried telling them about Mansour Delaney, because nobody had him going to the Chiefs. Not at number 6, at least. Mansour Delaney is the pick for the. Oh, we got. All right, that's what I love it. It's like an avalanche. When one super chat starts, the next super chat starts. We have another super chat from the great Sandra. And Sandra says, it is great to be with the community watching draft. It is absolutely great. And I always love doing this now. It's my new draft tradition, even for my very niche community, talking draft with you guys and reacting in real time, not getting spoiled by Twitter, but reacting with you guys with the draft. So because of that, Sandra, your name is going to be again on that This Shit More Than a Scoreboard for my next show. Ziggy, for the first time ever, we'll be on that This Shit More Than a Scoreboard next week. If you want your name on this scoreboard, leave a $5 high super chat and you can get your name on the scoreboard. I think it's a good pick for the Chiefs, y'all. I mean, they need cornerback help. I think Marcel Delaney is going to be an all-pro, possibly potential cornerback in the NFL. So good pick by the Chiefs. Surprised they traded up, but I felt like maybe they thought that the Commanders or the Saints were going to take Marcel Delaney if they didn't trade up. I mean, they had to have felt that us or the Saints, us or the Commanders were going to take Marcel Delaney if he was there. So they felt like they had to make the move to trade up to not even risk it. So last time the Chiefs traded up to avoid the Saints taking somebody that they liked was Patrick Mahomes, as Sean Payne has said 1,000 times. So worked out for them once. We'll see if it works out for them a second time. But that leaves people like Caleb Downs. That leaves people like, give me one second. That leaves people like Caleb Downs. That leaves people like Sonny Styles. That leaves possibly, if the Saints want to be bold, taking a wide receiver, Jordan Tyson. That's a possibility. It depends on who the Commanders take next with the 7th overall pick. I'm excited. I'm excited, y'all. If it's between Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs, y'all, like if the Commanders surprise everybody and go, Muaga or somebody say we want to protect our quarterback. Well, then, we got to protect Jalen Daniels, right? So go ahead, Commanders, take offensive lineman. That would be really exciting for the Saints. We'll be like, oh boy, we got our pick of the crop. Hell, we can say, let's go trade down. One of those players, let's go more liable now to fall to number 10 or something. Also, y'all, I got some big news. I'll do that for my next show, like for the niche community, I guess, for the Jonathan Barnes show. But I did sign with a network this past weekend, so it's very exciting news. I'm still gonna be doing Jonathan Barnes stuff on Jonathan Barnes channel, but I am now a part of a fun network that I cannot wait to tell you guys more about. But what I have to do is one of my things now is give them some content as well. So after the Saints make their pick, you guys are going to watch in real time me record a quick reel on Instagram to send to that network so that they can get the Saints fan perspective of their pick. So you guys are going to watch in real time some behind the scenes action of me making my pick, but I'm also going to give you guys, y'all are going to see my first initial reaction before I record that video for them. I'll give y'all more information about that exciting news about who I signed with in my next episode of the traditional John Barnes show. But the pick is in. All right, well, Mike, let's do the Commanders have made their pick. Let's see. Elijah Goodell loves to talk, boy. It's just fine. It's fine. It's just, fans get a little antsy. Now, what does Jerome Bettis have to do with the Commanders? Shouldn't they wait for? Do the Steelers not have a first round pick? Why is Jerome Bettis? I guess Jerome Bettis say, "Look, man, I ain't waiting all damn night. Come get me on my stage so we can get this over with." And they're showing love to Lynn Swan and Jerome. Again, y'all, do the Steelers not have a first round pick? I forget. Because why are they doing this before the Commanders pick? Is what I'm asking. Why are they giving the Steelers legends love if the Steelers are picking later tonight?
With the 7th pick
Here we go.
in the 2026 NFL Draft, Washington Commanders select
Sonny Styles is the pick for the Commanders. So Sonny Styles, I kind of was hoping he fell to the Saints, but that's fine. Sonny Styles is a Washington Commander. Ladies and gentlemen, that means that the Saints are officially on the clock. The Saints are on the clock. I hope nobody spoiled the pick. Let me make sure. All right, yeah, looks like nobody spoiled the pick. And so, all right, so y'all, here we go. Do the Saints trade down? Do the Saints make that trade? I mean, maybe some of y'all know, but I'm gonna have to do. What I'm gonna have to do is, and this is my last comment I'm gonna highlight, is Bruce because I am in Skywalker. I know they were in Pittsburgh, but why would you not have Jerome Bettis and Lynn Swan come out during the Pittsburgh Steelers pick? Right before I wasn't listening, so maybe there was a connection with Washington. I get that they probably want to give the Pittsburgh community love and throughout the night. I just thought that was a little interesting. All right, so yeah, this is my last comment. Then I'm gonna have to turn the comments off the screen. I agree. Caleb Downs should be the pick. I mean, the only person I can see maybe the Saints talking themselves into over Caleb Downs is Jordan Tyson. But I feel like this is going to be awesome because I really, really, really am high on Caleb Downs. So let's let them do their hype for Sonny Styles. And then we'll get, this is going to be fun, y'all. I'm sorry that I don't have the comments, but I just don't, my numbers are slowly going up because obviously, the Saints are on the clock. Let's see what the Saints fan has to say about the pick. I just don't want nobody, overexcited and overzealous fan to come in and say, we got this player before it's actually on the TV. So I want to be genuinely shocked. I want this reaction to be genuine. Let me set up my phone. Y'all getting behind the scenes. Like I'm trying to do like multiple things at once. I'm trying to do a YouTube show. I'm trying to have my reaction recorded for Instagram and TikTok and all the fun things that us silly little content creators do. Shout out to my brother for this little phone device that follows me everywhere when I can't hold my phone myself. So let me turn that around. Yeah, I would say this is probably going to be a much more excited reaction this year than when we took Kelvin Banks last year. The only reason I was disappointed, like I knew Kelvin Banks was going to be a good player. He ended up being, it's for sure at least, a good player. But it's like, oh, great, an offensive lineman. Like that's not fun for content creation. I just don't think the Saints are going to take an offensive lineman. So I feel like it's got to be a fun player. Whether it's Jordan Tyson or whether Caleb, these are my predictions. Caleb Downs or Jordan Tyson. Maybe they shock us and go Ruben Bain. I just don't see the world the way Mickey Loomis was talking about Ruben Bain before the draft this week, and he was talking about how a player had to be in their eyes special to avoid some of the knocks that Ruben Bain had with his arms. So it just feels like, and I still see the Saints at number 8. So that makes me think that, okay, there's no trade happening. Jordan Tyson or Caleb Downs is the pick. I imagine that the pick has probably already been spoiled on Twitter. I'm sure maybe my family or, my friends have already texted me. I'm not looking at any texts. I'm not going on Twitter right now. I am looking at this screen, which I take the comments off just in case somebody comes in and spoils it. Because again, I see my numbers going up. I just don't want to be spoiled by if any overexcited fan comes in and says, we got Tyson or we got Downs. I mean, I'm happy that you guys will be excited, but I want to give you guys a genuine reaction. So I am watching the screen right now as they interview Sonny Styles. They still don't have that the Saints pick is in, so maybe the Saints are going to their final. Maybe they're doing rock, paper, scissors. Like, hey, y'all, rock is Caleb Downs. Paper is Ruben Bain. Scissors is Jordan Tyson. I don't know. If it was me, if I was the GM, and Lord knows I probably should not be the GM based off of my reaction to the Tyler Shook pick last year, I'm going Caleb Downs. But I talked myself into damn near every prospect before the draft, so the Saints can't hurt me. The Saints cannot hurt me. Whoever we're about to go with, the Saints cannot hurt me. They just can't. I'm sorry, they can't. They could take Francis Mwaka. They could take Ioana Iyane, and I'm not going to be hurt. I'm not. I don't think so. This is why, man, you can't fake it. Like, look, yo, I'm getting, I love it. I love it. I love this shit, man. I can love this shit. This shit more than the game. This shit. Like, you can't help but not be excited, man. Even if this franchise treats us like crap sometimes. Oh, and look, y'all, hit that goddamn soundbite. The pick is in. Are they going to commercial? Yo, are they going to commercial? They always do this. They go on commercial before the Saints pick. They always do this. They always do this. Is ESPN on commercial? NFL Network just went on every year. I swear to y'all, every year, like clockwork, the Saints get on the clock and it goes on commercial. Every year. Let me see if NFL ESPN is on commercial. Every year. Every year before, oh, come on, man. Every year before the Saints are picking, they go on commercial. Every year. This is crazy. All right, let's see. I'm going on ESPN right quick. Commercial, of course. Every year. Yo, I promise y'all. Look at the John Bowen show last year. I promise y'all. I remember me and Ziggy saying, oh, they're going on commercial before the Saints pick. Every freaking year they go on commercial. It's got to be like an inside joke at this point. The Saints are on the clock, go on commercial. It's got to be an inside joke. All right, y'all, that gives us more time to talk. I'm sure you got, I see the comment section getting a little crazy. I'm sure maybe y'all, I don't know. I'm not getting spoiled by it. I don't know. I'm not looking at anything. I'm giving y'all my genuine reaction. Hopefully in the next 3 minutes to who the Saints are going to pick. I'm not looking at my text. It's got to be Caleb Downs. Well, I will be excited for. I will be so excited for if it's Caleb Downs. I think Caleb Downs with Brandon Staley. Are you kidding me? I think, oh my God, y'all, I'm telling y'all, I've seen enough of the Caleb Downs hype. People saying that people are crazy. One of the last tweets I saw before I went live was from one of the insiders. I think it was John Schultz. And then he tweeted that anonymous GM said, whoever skips on Caleb Downs is going to regret it for the rest of their career. Hopefully we're not one of those. Like he's my pick. He's my pick. If it's Jordan Tyson, I'm not gonna like. If it's anybody else, I'm not gonna be disappointed. I promise. But I just think Caleb Downs has the potential. I know, a safety. Why man? Hell with that. Take positional value out of it. Caleb Downs, in my opinion, is going to be a star. Watch my show or watch my appearances on Locked On Saints with the great Ross Jackson, Dylan Sanders, and Lance Moore. I was like Caleb Downs. Like of all the realistic prospects, I was like Sonny Styles or Caleb Downs. Give me one of them. So I've been on this Caleb Downs train for a while now. I mean, again, I've talked myself into every prospect. So you look hard enough, you probably see me hyping up everybody. But Caleb Downs, I always just felt like is the one to go with. I'm not going to be disappointed if it's not Caleb Downs. It just seems like it's almost too perfect. Like you got Brandon Staley. Like, why would you not take Caleb Downs? Like, you saw what Brandon Staley did with Derwin James. Why would you pass on a potential another Derwin James? With Caleb Downs right there. It's got to be Caleb Downs. I see the 40. So I don't know if the comment. Look, I know. Y'all probably know the pick already by now. Maybe y'all spoiling it. I'm not looking at the comments, y'all. You guys are getting a genuine reaction right now out of me. I'm sure the pick has been made. I'm sure Twitter's going wild. I'm probably missing out on an easy 1,000 retweeted tweet because I'm not doing Twitter right now. I am doing YouTube. After this, I'm going to do a quick little reel for Instagram and everything that y'all can watch live. But right now, y'all are getting the real deal, Holyfield, John Bones' reaction to the pick. We are back from commercial. They are showing the green room. Thank God. The NFL Network has been pretty good at not showing any of the players. I don't even want to look just in case they do start showing players because I'm like, I don't want to be spoiled by it. I just want to know who the Saints took, man. This is exciting. This is one of the good things about not having a good team, at least, that you get to be excited for draft day because you didn't make the playoffs. So, all right, here we go. I see the Saints logo. Does that mean we see that fleur-de-lis? That guy. Here we go. Roger Goodell is coming on stage. Here we go. They're playing Sweet Carolina. What the hell they got to do in New Orleans? Come on, man. Make the pick. The damn concert. What the hell are they playing Sweet Carolina before our pick? Can they do that before the Patriots pick?
In 2026,
okay. It is Jordan Tyson. So they have taught themselves into Jordan Tyson. So Tyler Shuck gets his wide receiver. Jordan Tyson is the pick. Let's open up the comments. Jordan Tyson. All right, I'm going to do my best, y'all. I'm going to do it. And I got to do a quick Instagram reel as well. All right. Yeah, Jordan Tyson. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all just heard me. It would have been Caleb Downs if it was my pick, but I am fine with Jordan Tyson. I talked myself into everybody. Here we go. What do y'all have to say about the Archangel? Says he has the same hair as me. Britt says Jay, so she's happy with the pick. Archangel also said who's gonna protect? We drafted like offensive lineman in the past 7 years, so I'm pretty sure we're good with protecting him. How do y'all feel about that, Saints fans? Jerry says that he would take it. Jerry says that he would take Jordan Tyson with the pick. I am about to do a quick Instagram reel now because let me give y'all my initial reaction right quick. I like it. His injury history scares me, but a lot of the reports were saying that, Cornell Tate was a safer pick, but as far as full potential being realized, if each of the wide receivers in this draft reach their full potential, Jordan Tyson would be the best overall player. The only thing holding him back is his injuries. Now, Lord knows we as Saints fans have PTSD when it comes to injuries. Lord knows we have PTSD when it comes to injuries. So that gives me a little bit moment to pause and concern. But after the great draft that the Saints had last year, I am going to trust Kellen Moore, Jeff Ireland, and even Mickey Loomis that this guy can hopefully, I mean, hey, it couldn't just be Chris Olave and me catching passes again. Remember last year, the last Falcons game, I caught a touchdown. Oh, look, y'all, he's breaking down and crying. Now, I like that. I like that pass. You know what that is called? That is called this shit more than a game. Look at him. He is on the ground right now on one knee, tears in his eyes, spit coming out his mouth. Now he's walking with a I like that type of shit. I like that type of shit. That boy wants to play some goddamn football. That boy wants to be a goddamn, look how he put on that hat. He does have hair like me. That boy wants to be a new, like he didn't even do a goddamn ball. He walking with it on his mind. He said, week one, I'm coming this shit more than the game. I like him already. He sold me. Look at that. He sold me. Look how he's walking, y'all. He is walking pissed off. He is walking with vengeance in his eyes. That's that this shit more than a game energy. That's that this shit more than a game energy I like to see. I'm hyped now. He ain't shown the most passion out of all the draft picks so far. Like, oh, man. Hell yeah, Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson, welcome to the Who Dat Nation. Jordan Tyson, welcome to the this shit more than a game army. Jordan Tyson, Chris Olave, Travis Etienne, possibly still Alvin Kamara. I like our chances. I like our chances a lot. I love it, man. Man, I absolutely love it. That kid is, it's the small things, y'all. It's the intangibles. It's the intangibles. That kid is showing me already that he is this shit more than the game certified. That kid is showing me already. Oh, John, all he's doing, I don't care, man. When you're that passionate about football, you that passionate about your life being changed now, a man's life is never going to be the same for the good. I like that shit, man. I like that shit. Now, I'm going to be honest. I remember Zion Williamson cried the same way when we took him number 1 overall, and that hasn't obviously worked out. He has not been a soldier that we thought he would be, but I don't care about all that right now. Look at that, man. I love that. I love that. Absolutely love that. Welcome to Who Dat. Yeah, I'm sure I'm about to get a lot of jokes now. I saw Archangel say he looks like you, John. Yeah, I'm sure I'm about to, every light-skinned person in the NFL, NBA, John Buns gets compared to, so I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of, hey, Jonathan, we drafted your brother. But I'm excited, man. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver. It's the Saints. First. All right, so hold on. Before I get to your comments, I told you I got to do a quick video on Instagram Reel, so let me do this right quick. Let me get my phone back set up. Because I am now, your boy John Bones is making some goddamn moves, y'all, because of y'all. I am signed to a media company now, and I owe them a reel. So let me do a quick little Instagram reel for these guys with the Jordan Tyson pick. So you guys can watch behind the scenes right now as I do a quick Instagram reel of all the things that I basically just said. All right. And also, again, congratulations and welcome to the Who Dat Nation. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State. All right, here we go, y'all. Y'all about to see some behind the scenes action. With the number 8 pick in the 2026 NFL draft, the New Orleans Saints select wide receiver. Let's try that again, y'all. I'm a little too excited. Let me drink out of my this shit more than the game mug right quick. I gotta calm down, right? Y'all know this is the fanatic. This has got to be me being professional right now. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. The Saints select wide receiver Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State with the number 8 overall pick. And you can see from the emotion on his face when he got drafted that we seem to have a dog at wide receiver now to give Titus Shuck some much needed juice on the offensive weapon front. I don't like that. I'm too excited. Y'all. Ziggy, put take 3. This is going to be the one. Third time's the charm. I'm just too damn excited. I'm too excited. All right, here we go. This is why y'all turned into the John Bones show, by the way. The Saints select wide receiver Jordan Tyson with the number 8 overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft, and Titus Shuck now finally has some juice with the wide receiver core. You put Jordan Tyson next to Chris Olave, and the possibilities are limitless. Jordan Tyson has been talked about by reporters as being possibly the best wide receiver in the draft if his potential is realized. The one knock against Jordan Tyson that us Saints fans probably might have PTSD about is his injury history. Will Jordan Tyson be able to avoid the injury bug that he suffered in college and be that dynamic playmaker for Titus Shuck and the New Orleans Saints? I want to know you guys' comments. How do you feel about Jordan Tyson being a New Orleans Saint? I, for one, am excited. I love the passion that kid has shown. I think that the Saints can be a real threat to an NFC South now with a much better offense in the 2026 with Jordan Tyson, Chris Olave, Travis Etienne, and Titus Shuck. Was that good enough, y'all? I feel like I flopped towards the end. Here's what we do. Here's what we gonna do right quick. I'm gonna play a video for you guys because we got another super chat, so we met our super chat goal. And let me get this video down pat right quick. All right. Here is how Saints fans react to the NFL draft.
Here we go, baby. NFL draft. Nah, I ain't really watched that many college football games this year, but I know a good player when I see one. Bruh, how many draft experts do they add every year? They need to put me up there. I know what I'm talking about. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Please tell me we did not just draft a defensive end from Rhode Island State University. I didn't even know Rhode Island State University was a college. I didn't even know Rhode Island was a state. According to draftpicks.com, yeah, picks with a Z, this running back from Florida is the best prospect available, so naturally we have to take him, right? Who in the hell did we just draft? Bro, this dude wasn't in any of the mock drafts that I read. That pick sucked. Cancel my season tickets right now. The LSU player was right there. Same position and everything. Hey, that was a great pick. Renew my season tickets right now. Actually, add another seat to it. Come on, take the quarterback. Take the quarter. Take the quarter. Offensive lineman? I can't go buy an offensive lineman's jersey. Come on, dog. At least draft a Tulane player. Oh, that's a great pick. That's a great pick.
Man, you ain't watching it.
Don't even start with me, bro. I've been watching this kid all 4 years at Mississippi State. Don't even start.
You went to A&M.
You went to Texas A&M?
Dumbass.
And they got the same colors. Sue me. You know, I really like this Zach Lewis kid. He's going to be a future All-Pro in 3 years. Two.
With the 28th pick in the third round, the Atlanta Falcons select Zach Lewis, wide receiver.
He's going to be a bust. It's his footwork. His footwork does not translate to the next level. Yeah, a bust. According to Twitter, this is a great pick. Wait, but some are saying it's a horrible pick. This guy says this is the best pick that we could have made. And this guy just said that it's going to set the franchise back 100 years. I mean, this team ain't going to never be worth a damn. Yes, baby. Yes, I know that I work at the produce section of the grocery store, and these are professional scouts and coaches who are prepared for months for this. But I know talent when I see it. Okay, I like this pick in the 7th round. I'm convinced. Super Bowl.
All right, I got it. Wow. You see, y'all are distracting me. I should be proud of them. Y'all are distracting me. I got the video done. Let me quickly make sure I edit it. Well, oh my God, did I not get this video right? Y'all are getting the real deal John O'Bone show tonight. That's for sure. All right, there we go. I got the video right. All right, y'all. Before I'm about to get to y'all comments, I see we got over 426 people watching right now. I absolutely love that. I thank you guys very much. Hit that like button while your boy John does some little media work right quick. Oh, man, I'm sweating all in this goddamn video. But this is what you get, man. This is passion. This is passion that you cannot fake. This is passion that you cannot fake. This is why I asked Ziggy to be on my show, by the way. Because I was like, Ziggy, I'm probably going to have to do some media work. I'm going to need you to talk for me while I'm doing my work. It's all good. All right.
The Saints select John Tyson with the number 8 overall pick in the NFL draft.
Hold on, y'all. Let me know how I did, okay? Listen to it. Let me know how I did.
The Saints select wide receiver John Tyson with the number 8 overall pick in the NFL draft. And I'm excited. I want to know how you guys feel. Are you excited about the move? John Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State, has been talked about as being arguably the best wide receiver prospect in the draft, but his injury history has been a concern to some teams. We all know our Saints fans have a lot of PTSD when it comes to the injury history of draft prospects. But now you have John Tyson with Chris Olave, Travis Etienne, Alvin Kamara in the background, and of course, Tyler Shick at quarterback. The offense looks a lot better in 2026 than it did in 2025. How are you guys feeling about the move? Are you excited about John Tyson coming to the New Orleans Saints? Let us know in the comments. I know one thing for sure. Wide receiver core suddenly looks a lot better in Who Dat Nation.
I like that. I'm good with that. I am good with that. Oh, man. All right, so let me get to the comments, y'all. How do y'all feel about Jordan Tyson? How do y'all feel about Jordan Tyson? Slim South, I knew you were going to come in. Slim South says, Jordan Tyson, who that? I love it. I love it. I hope that there's nobody that's like, oh, man, you know, like being too damn concerned with his injuries, because I feel like, you know, his talent over exceeds any possible injury concern. Now, here's a good question, though, because this is one of the things that people were talking about. They were like, is any of the wide receivers, including Jordan Tyson, worthy of the number 8 overall pick? Or is he like one of the things where it's the best of who's available? So let me get to some of y'all comments. I appreciate y'all still staying tuned while I was doing my my contractual obligations now. And again, I'm going to announce on my next show, my new career path as far as content that I'm very excited about, and I'm honored and humbled to be a part of this network. But here we go. Let's go with these comments. Thanks, Zig. I appreciate you, my dog. We really miss you on the show, dog. I know you've been a little busy, but we hope that you can come back on the show very soon. Evan says that Caleb Downs is going to the Cowboys. Well, actually, I missed a lot of picks. I'm sorry, y'all. This is not a Saints show, but it helps to be a Saints fan. So I got to catch up on those parts too. Of course, the Falcons fans are hating because they're like, God damn, AJ Terrell couldn't cover Chris Olave. We know he ain't gonna be able to cover Jordan Tyson. Jerry is talking trash as always, no matter what time of the year. It could be at Jerry's funeral. He's gonna be in his coffin talking trash to the Atlanta Falcons. Let's see. I'm trying to get to some of y'all comments about Pro P says we still have the worst receiving corps in the NFC South. I'm trying to actually take that as a serious comment. Y'all have Drake London. Who's your number 2? I'm serious. Like, who's your number 2? I think the Jordan Tyson move makes us jump ahead of y'all. I mean, I feel like Chris Godwin is on the downslope of his career. So, no, I think the Saints might have a top 2. Wide receiver core now. I think this. No, let me know in the comments, y'all. I know the Falcons fans are hating, but do the Saints have NFC South have a top? Does the Saints have a top wide receiver core in the NFC South? I know one thing that we definitely have a top, and that is a super chat from the great. And I don't know why the super chat. I mean, why when I click a comment, it's not staying on the screen right now. So let me do this again. From Bruce Saint, and Bruce Saint says, I can put up the chat again. My thoughts on the pick. It is not my favorite, but matches what Kellen is looking for. A high character guy and battles adversity. So Jordan Tyson, welcome to New Orleans. Now, I'm not going to act like his initial reaction of being drafted of him crying, getting down on one knee and thinking God and just being overcome with emotions and being like motivated and hungry means that he's a high character guy or proves it. But I trust the reports too. I think he's going to be a good fit in New Orleans. Y'all know if you love New Orleans, Earl love you back. I think he's going to definitely show love to New Orleans. I'm impressed with what I've seen. So I'm impressed by the game tape. Again, I did my fan casual research on the draft, and Jordan Tyson definitely was somebody that I was like, I see the vision. Again, I told myself to everybody. So I was like, for Jordan Tyson, I see the vision. I was like, but it's got to be like, he's one of those players that has got to be best case scenario. Like, you just got to pray. You got to pray that his injuries that crept up on him on college does not come into the NFL, because Lord knows us Saints fans, how we know, we hear that so many times, Marcus Davenport could be a top player, but just got to hope he stays healthy. Well, he never unfortunately stayed healthy. And then a whole lot of other Saints players that, always have that injury cloud over them. But the Saints have shown one day they are not afraid of injury smoke, and that they are happy. As you guys can see, our fans are happy as well. All right, hold on, because I've been so damn focused on the video that I haven't been able to catch the results of the draft so far. So let me see what picks that I missed so far when it comes to the draft. All right, I see that Spencer Fano went to the Browns. That was kind of like the worst kept secret. Francis Muaga went to the New York Giants, and I see that's going to be a good pick. It seems like it's going to be obvious, right? The Cowboys are definitely going to take Caleb Downs. So let's see. The Cowboys are officially on the clock. Roger Goodell's walking up to the stage. And with the 11th pick in the 2026 NFL draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Caleb Downs. I hate it because I just talked all that good stuff about Caleb Downs, and now I'm like, oh, yeah, he's a Cowboy. Good pick by the Cowboy. I can already see him in the chat now. All right, y'all. Let me take a breath. Let me go quick bathroom break, get some water. Watch this commercial right quick, and I will return soon, and we will talk more Saints football and just recapping the draft. So here's a commercial break. Make sure y'all get one of these shirts right quick. Let me put this comment down right fast. Let Evan annoy y'all in the chat, and I'll get back to y'all very soon.
Oh, come on, man. Tackle him. You know what the dogs already holding him to tackle. Tackle him. Oh, man. I'm tired of this thing, man.
John, they were trying to call the cops.
Oh, girl, this shit more than a game, man.
Ah, yes. We've all been there before. This shit is more than a game, man. And now, these shirts are more than a game. But did you know that this merch wasn't made only for sportswear? No sirree. This shit more than a game is a lifestyle brand. You can wear the shirts for anything.
such as going shopping, working out,
This shit more than a game.
doing chores, setting the mood,
Oh, yeah, that's that thing I like.
changing a tire, robbing a bank,
Go, 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 go.
jumping a Falcons fan, and so much more. So purchase your official This Shit More Than a Game merch today for the low starting point of $28.03 and let the world know this shit more than a game. Warning, please see a doctor if you feel you've gone too far with taking this shit more than a game. This Shit More Than a Game is not associated or licensed with any organization or entity except for John Bones LLC. This Shit More Than a Game is not responsible for any fights caused by the shirts. John Bones LLC does not promote or recommend violence of any kind unless it's at the expense of a Falcons fan. All right, y'all. So let me know, man. Let me know. Like, look, Bruce saying we're honest community, Evan. Unlike you, we are an honest community when it comes to our draft analysts. And I agree. I think it was a good pick by the Dallas Cowboys when it comes to no, Sandra. He is not joining us tonight. He is absolutely not joining us tonight on the show. I don't think he's ever going to join the show anymore, if we're being honest. So no, he's not joining us. But I do know one thing. I see too many damn fans in the comments right now. So while I have a bigger audience, can y'all please do me one solid favor? Hey fans, hit the subscribe button in 3 seconds to make this Falcons fan sad. 3, 2, 1. It's free to hit that goddamn like button. It is free to hit that like button. Now, Falcons fans, y'all talking a lot of trash. Who y'all taking tonight, huh? Who y'all taking tonight? The Know the Child podcast says, I really want to Caleb Downs, but I'm excited for Jordan Tyson. He'll be a nice tandem to go along with Chris Olave. Welcome to New Orleans. Juddy Bell, a Falcons fan, by the way, y'all, says, y'all drafted Mr. Glass. Look, no, his injury history is valid, but I think that his ceiling is higher than any glass case of, damn, that sounded so much better in my head. Because, you know, they say you always have a glass ceiling. You call him Mr. Glass. So I was going to do like a little funny thing, like where his ceiling may have a glass. Here we go. Let's try this again. He may have a glass ceiling, but I know one thing. You Falcons fans and y'all damn sure y'all Falcons players ain't going to be able to crack that motherfucker. Bang, boom. Bang, boom. Devin, thanks for watching on Twitter, says, this shit more than a game. Falcons fan, I know y'all bored tonight. Like, I know y'all bored. Come on now. Go. I'm sure some Atlanta Falcons fan is doing the draft recap. Yeah, Ziggy, someone with no draft pick is saying something. But y'all, my genuine reaction is that I'm excited for Jordan Tyson. The injury history, I'm not gonna lie, it concerns me. The injury history does concern me, but I do think that his ceiling is really, really good, that he can be a force with the Saints. I mean, look, glass half full, if y'all want to call him Mr. Glass, Falcons fans, is that when it is full, like when he is healthy, he's going to be a threat. And I trust Kellen Moore. Bottom line, I trust Kellen Moore. Y'all see, we got the picks. Cornell Tate to the Tennessee Titans. Arvell Reese to the New York Giants. Of course, Mansour Delane to the Kansas City Chiefs. Sonny Styles to the Washington Commanders. And at number 8, the new, oh, damn, did they not update the, see, this score going to them. They should already have Jordan Tyson. That's live streaming for y'all. Jordan Tyson to the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, I'm excited. Here's another question. Do y'all think that the Saints do y'all feel better about our NFC South chances right now? Let me know in the comments, because I do. Like I said all offseason, I was like, I want the sexy pick. I don't want the foundation picks anymore. That's fun, but I want the sexy appliance. I want the big screen TV. I want the small refrigerator. This is a sexy appliance pick. The Saints have finally drafted a wide receiver, a sexy pick, a player that you can actually go and buy his jersey. And I will say this. That man's name is Jordan Tyson. You do not be named Jordan and Tyson and not be great. Your name cannot be Jordan and Tyson and not be great. Actually, that's too good of a tweet. Let me tweet that right quick. All I know is there is no way you can be named Jordan and Tyson in the same combined name and not be great. What? And not be great. I gotta feed the Twitter streets. Oh man, how fun was that, y'all? All right, I think I'm gonna need to take a quick break. Maybe I'll do a second half live. But obviously we just wanted to do. All right, maybe here's what I'll do. I'll stay on for the Rams pick because I know we kind of have a little fun with the Rams, given that we have Sean on the show a few times. I know he hasn't been on in like a year, but we'll do the Rams pick and then I'll take a quick little night break, and I might come back on tonight and do more draft talk with you guys if you guys are staying up. But I need to kind of reset like you guys and really go and do some draft scouts, kind of see what the experts are saying, see what Jordan Tyson is saying, watching the press conferences and all that, so I can have some stuff to know about, so that when we actually have a more thorough discussion about the draft, we can talk about it with much more nuance than just my fanaticism right now. But again, y'all, I'm excited. Going by, see, I told y'all. I said, somebody gonna say it. Somebody gonna say, oh, he looks like you, John. He's light skinned. Yes, sir. So I knew it. I'm telling you, I am ready to be bombarded for the rest of the year with Jordan Tyson is your cousin, John. And I don't mind. Actually, hopefully I'll try to finagle that to have Jordan Tyson come on and dish shit more than the couch, and he could kick it with me. We already had one light skinned great singer, Eric McCoy. Let's just make it a light skinned party and get Jordan Tyson to come on the show. But yeah, if he is my cousin, then shit, I hope that he recognizes who I am so that I can get some of that NFL money that he has coming his way now. It's going to be interesting to see. I will say this, also, y'all, I think our training staff for the Saints last year with the new sports science director that we hired in 2025 did a real good job with managing injuries last year. Quiet as it was kept, the Saints were pretty good with injuries last year. So I think the Saints were probably like, we love our training staff, that we feel like with him under our umbrella, the sports director of science, we feel like we can get the most out of Jordan Tyson and prevent some of his injuries. So that's going to be a huge part. And again, I think Olave, Jordan Tyson together, I think that's going to be fun. And I'm excited that, at least we finally got some juice. We finally going to have some, something to have some anticipation for and some anxiousness for when it comes to the Saints offense in 2026. Now, because look, again, Achane, and unless we don't draft a running back in the next round, the third round, or fourth round, I still feel like Kamara has a home now. I think we'll see with the New Orleans Saints. So, a backfield of Achane and Kamara. Well, I still think has some gas in the tank, by the way. I don't think Kamara's completely washed up. I just think that he might not be at his peak. That doesn't mean he's still not a good player. You got Achane and him split the carries. You got Olave on one side and Jordan Tyson on one side. That means that it's probably not going to be Chris Bell in the second round. Branch from Georgia, but suddenly that that offense looks a lot better. Quiet as it was kept, Juwan Johnson had a pretty good year too. So Juwan Johnson, hey, Saints offense might be one of the top ones in the NFC South. Maybe even if Tyler Shough is who we think he is, maybe even one of the top offenses in the NFC. I don't know. I'm just saying. Has Tyler Shough said anything yet? Because I know Tyler Shough, he knows how to get the fan base going. So let me just see if he happened to tweet anything. Yep, of course. That man knows New Orleans. Like, he knows his fan base. Tyler Shough says, yes, sir. Let's get to work. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Welcome to the New Orleans Saints, Jordan Tyson. I'm excited. Marcus, you're right. He damn sure does look like a dog. It's going to be a fun time for the New Orleans Saints. I appreciate y'all, man, for joining me for my live reaction to the Saints pick. Again, I might hit that bell notification. If y'all hit the like button, I appreciate that. You see, that might be, if you haven't already, a bell notification next to that like button. Hit that button, because if you do, it lets you know anytime I go live, because I might say at 9:30. You know what? I want to go live again because I'm so damn excited. But I might not. I might just say, no, I'm going to give y'all like another recorded video of my reaction to this draft pick. But I wonder if his middle that would be amazing if his middle name is Michael, because I'm going to see the Michael movie, by the way, tomorrow too. Again, you can't be named John, you can't be named Tyson without it. Yeah, and Bruce saying we might trade into the first round again. You never know. So I'll tell you what, if the Saints do trade into the first round, I will go back live. I promise you guys that. Like, I'm not about to shut down and then go to sleep. Like, I gotta do some work. I want to catch up on some of these tweets and just analysis from the Saints, and I want to listen to John Tyson's press conference. But if the Saints do trade up, if the Saints are like, hold on, we ain't done yet, we just getting started, I promise you guys I will go live. But I also might just go live again when I calm down, when I have a chance to breathe a little bit, to kiss my wife goodnight, to kiss my little Jono goodnight, because I'm sure he's probably like, damn, Dad, can you shut up? I'm trying to go to sleep right now. But I'm excited. Like, I am excited about John Tyson, and I think that he can be a stud in this offense. And I'm sure there's going to be some takes out there saying that, oh, this is a bad pick. We always got to go with the injury-prone player. Oh, well, we got some juice. The offense needed some juice. We got some juice in the tank now. So I'm looking forward to John Tyson and the New Orleans Saints. I will also say this. Good Lord, the Rams are out of taking a sweet-ass time out of NFL Network and ESPN. I was comparing about the Saints when they went on commercial. They went on a commercial on the Rams pick, and now they've been talking like 5 minutes before the Rams pick. Like, what are they doing? Did the Rams make an exciting pick that they're trying to get set up for, or what? Because the Rams have been on the clock, it feels like, for 15 minutes. I could be wrong, but good Lord have mercy. Like, make the pick already. I'm trying to do one last pick. I'm trying to do the Rams pick. Then I will shut down for the time being at least. But they just talking and talking. They had the pickers in for like the past 3 minutes. Announce it. I don't know who the Rams took. Yeah, y'all, I'm going to see the movie tomorrow. If my channel was in its early stages like it was in the first year, I would have did a review of it. But I've figured out that the algorithm only cares about my sports videos, so I will not be doing a video review of it. But I will be doing a Twitter review. So make sure y'all follow me on Bonds on all platforms, and you get not only Saints and NFL takes, but you also get just takes in general from Jono Barnes. Make sure as well, you guys, while you guys are all excited to get that This Shit More Than a Game shirt on sale now at www.thisshitmorethanagame.com. Y'all saw that John Tyson is This Shit More Than a Game certified, so you know that you got to be This Shit More Than a Game certified with him as well. I'm excited. All right, here we go. The Rams are on the clock. Let's get the final pick of this live reaction. And then we'll all be able to go reset a little bit, go see what everybody's saying about our pick, and then go forward. Wow, the Rams took Ty. I told you, I said it had to be an interesting pick for them to take that damn long with this pick on, the pick is in. The Rams take Ty Simpson with the 13th overall pick. That is something. That is another shock. That is another shock because we all knew Ty Simpson could have possibly go to the Rams. We just didn't think they were going to take him this early. So we thought that maybe they would have used their second first-round pick on Ty Simpson, not their first-round pick. So, Ty Simpson, I mean, obviously that means that Matt Stafford's time is officially on the clock as far as his playing days. Hopefully, I mean, look, Sean McVay is in that Sean Payne tree with me where he can put me at quarterback and he's going to look good. So that is a great situation for Ty Simpson to come to. And I'm sure Sean, when he does join the show, if he ever does again, it's going to be like, watch out for my Rams, y'all. We went from one great quarterback to the next. I will say the Saints probably could have learned about that with Drew Brees and actually drafting his replacement a year or two ahead of time so that we wasn't in that quarterback purgatory after Drew Brees retired. So smart pick by the Rams, actually, if Ty Simpson is good. But I imagine with Sean McVay as his head coach that there's no way that he probably can't be anything but decent as well, right? I don't know. I'm about to go take a quick break, y'all, to go watch and read up on the Saints taking John Tyson. I appreciate y'all for joining me on this live reaction show. Again, hit that bell notification if I go live again tonight, or if I go live again this weekend, or if I go live again next week. Either way, y'all know that y'all are This Shit More Than a Game certified. And let us welcome once again, John Tyson, to the This Shit More Than a Game community. Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun talking about the possibilities of Jordan Tyson in this Saints offense in the future. I appreciate y'all for joining me. I will hear from you guys in a little bit, okay? This Shit More Than a Game.